Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, December 3. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is urging citizens to end the use of violence as a means of solving conflicts. Mr. Holness asserts that though the enhanced security measures have been effective in quelling major crimes in many areas, there has been a sharp increase in the incidence of domestic violence.
Regardless of your circumstances and your situation, we have to learn to live good with each other and to resolve our conflicts peacefully.
The Prime Minister made the plea during a tour of the indigent housing program in Western Kingston on Saturday. He said government would be paying closer attention to the housing needs of citizens. This, he said, would come by way of an increase in the build-out of both social and affordable housing solutions.
The conditions in Rasta City are particularly disturbing and require urgent attention. I've also seen where the housing projects which were started in the 70s and 80s, many of them remain incomplete, and residents who were located in areas with the expectation that the housing solutions would be completed so that they could take them up, they still remain in those temporary structures in those areas, and the government has to complete those programs which were started. We have to complete the build-out of these areas.
Persons are being urged to get tested for the human immunodeficiency virus HIV in order to know their status. The call comes from Jamaica AIDS Support for Life as it reports that approximately 32,000 Jamaicans are living with the virus. Speaking on Get the Facts, Monitoring and Evaluation Manager Xavier Biggs says of that number, only 27,000 know their status. A further breakdown indicates that 18,000 persons with the virus were seen once, while 12,000 continue to access treatment.
That means that there are several points along the way that people are falling through the cracks, and every time a person does not get tested or a person knows their status and does not access treatment, then they create or could potentially expose others to the virus.
Mr. Biggs says the prevalence of contracting HIV is 2 in every 100 persons, and therefore testing is recommended every 6 months or every 3 months for high-risk groups.
HIV has no symptoms that are unique to it. If you think about having a flu or a fever, they all have, the same symptoms, and so there is no telltale sign to say this person has this symptoms and therefore it must be that they have HIV.
Displaced sugar workers in Clarendon who intend to pursue farming are to benefit from input materials donated by the Kingdom of Morocco. The North African nation donated 48 containers of fertilizers as a gift to the island in support of the government's production incentive program. State Minister for Agriculture Floyd Green made the announcement on Friday at a job fair organized by the Heart Trust NTA to assist the farmers, their families and community members from the Monimusk area. Mr. Green said under the Alternative Livelihood Program, valued at $45 million, provisions were being made for interested former factory workers to receive training in the areas of entrepreneurship, cottage industry development, and agribusiness.
I want you to take advantage of what is here and of this phase. The reality with our current present-day reality is that not only should we be focusing on where we can get a new job, but we have to focus more on what sort of business can I set up that will bring in some wealth.
Jamaica's global services sector, GSS, is projecting 14,000 additional jobs in the local outsourcing industry by March 2020. The figures were released recently by the Business Process Industry Association of Jamaica, BPIAJ, at a JIS think tank. Marketing specialist Cheryl Newville-Crooks says more than 36,000 Jamaicans are currently employed in the sector. She says to achieve the targeted employment projection, the BPIAJ recently partnered with Compete Caribbean and the Inter-American Development Bank to assist 10 small businesses improve their operations.
Overall, the BPIAJ strives on being an enabling organization for the ICT industry, able to serve as a one-stop information and advocacy gateway for the global services sector, and is able to promote entrepreneurship and business expansion through its incubator program.
Mrs. Newville-Crooks says the global services sector is now rebranding its image from a call center to being more inclusive of high-end jobs.
We want to change the conversation around the sector among tertiary students and academia to attract better talent to the industry. We also want to encourage investments to the sector by consistently demonstrating growth and impact on society.
Meanwhile, persons working within the global services sector, GSS, are welcoming the vast opportunities provided through the industry for professional growth and development. Junior Operations Manager at ITEL BPO Smart Solutions in Montego Bay, Stacey Ann Robinson, says her outlook on call centers completely changed when she started with the company in 2016.
So I got a job as an agent, and then when I got there, the family that I felt, I thought that I could stay here for a while, but I said to myself, if I'm staying here, I don't want to be an agent.
Ms. Robinson was speaking at a JIS think tank recently. She revealed that through hard work and dedication, she was promoted from a customer service agent to a supervisor after a year and then junior operations manager. And finally, starting next year, City and Guilds will be providing digital certificates to Jamaican students upon their successful completion of the program. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, Dr. Grace McLean, says the digital certificate will be placed in a database where employers will be able to access the profile of the students.
As of next year, City and Guilds will be providing a digital certificate for each student. What that means is that the student will be able to access it anywhere, anytime on their mobile phones.
Dr. McLean was speaking at the recent signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between the Education Ministry and City and Guilds. The Permanent Secretary says digitizing the certificates is to increase the portability of the City and Guilds certificate and cut printing costs. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.